When you are 20 to 30 years old, you should follow a good boss, join a good company to learn how to do things properly. When you're 30 to 40 years old, if you want to do something yourself, just do it. You still can't afford to lose, to fail. But when you're 40 to 50 years old, my suggestion is that you should do things that you are good at, right? And not do things that, oh, that's very interesting, I want to try something new. It's a bit dangerous more. When you're 50 to 60 years old, spending time training and developing young people, the next generation. When you're over 60 years old, you got to stay with your grandchildren. The only thing I competed with my people, the young people, is let's compete for 10 years later. This is what I believe 10 years later will happen. So everything I do for that goal, I know 10 years later, this thing is going to happen. So prepare for that. Because I know if I compete with him for next month, no chance. So this is how my message is. It's a challenge, but it's an opportunity. And it's an opportunity for people like us. This world, the most difficult thing is to convincing a successful people. We tell him this is a great opportunity. He said, no, forget it, right? I've been doing this for 30 years. But for people like us, we're looking for opportunities in order to survive. So we will do anything to be creative. So this is the message. 30 years, it's an opportunity for us. It's a challenge for those people who are 60 years old. If they're 60 years old, not discrimination, but it is tough for them. But as a young boy, when I look back, every problems I met when I was a kid benefited me. I failed so many times. People probably know that I've applied jobs for so many jobs, over 30 jobs, all rejected, not even got a chance. 24 of us were interviewed for a KFC job. 23 accepted. I was the only guy rejected. 6 people went for looking for a police job. 5 accepted. I was the only one. My cousin and I applied job as a server in a 4-star hotel in my city. We waited a long queue for 2 hours. He was accepted. I was rejected. So my mother looked at me, but I know this is a training course for me. Before my 30 years old, I'm a failure. People lose, but I never give up. I think there is an opportunity there. And then I was a teacher later. I graduated from university. I was a teacher in the university for 6 years. Number 5 year, I was elected the best teacher of my university, elected by students. So I said, everything I taught my students are the things I learned from books. What if I go out, spend 10 years, experience all the things, whether fail or succeed, I go back to teach again. That was my original thinking doing Alibaba. So I never thought I could be rich. I never thought I would be successful. I never thought we could survive for 18 years. And then we made it. The only thing that today we should do is share the experience and know-how, especially share the mistakes, suffers with others. My thinking is that you guys remember, if you want to be successful, learn from the other people's mistakes. Don't learn from the successful stories. Successful stories they make, don't listen to them. There are a lot of reasons behind it. Learn from the mistakes, the other people. No matter how smart you are, you will encounter these mistakes. You learn from mistakes not because you will be able to avoid mistakes. You will be able to, when these mistakes come, this suffer comes, you know how to deal with it, how to face it. The book I want to write, if I can, is Alibaba 1001 Mistakes. This is the most treasurable things that in my life. In my life, it's not how much we achieved. It's how much we go through the tough days and mistakes. And this is what, if you start to think now. I was the first, I know nothing about technology. I know nothing about management. I know nothing about, but the only thing is that you don't have to know a lot of things. You have to find the people who are smarter than you are. My first way is always find people who knowledge on computer smarter than I am. Accounting, smarter than I am. For so many years, I always try to find the people who are smarter than I am. And when you find so many smart people, my job is to make sure the smart people can work together. And then if smart people can work together, it's easier. The vision will believe. Because if stupid people can work together easily, smart people can never work together. But stupid people work together easily, they don't believe the vision. The people who believe the vision, but they don't work together. So very important is finding smart people, and my job is two things. Making sure they work together, so the culture is important. Long term, you should be ideal with great, strong vision leader, but you should also have to survive today. If you don't survive today, you're gone. Let me tell you one thing. I never thought I could be a CEO. I never thought later I'd become a good CEO. One of the things I learned from teachers. As a teacher, very important the character of a teacher is the teacher always expects his students better. I want this student to become a banker, that's to become a mayor, that guy is a scientist. This is all teachers want. If you don't have this kind of thinking, it's a lousy, it's a terrible teacher. A good teacher always wants the other people better. You don't want this teacher in jail, that teacher is a bankrupt, that teacher is, you know. So as a CEO, I train myself is I always want those people to join the company to do better than they thought. And everything the company should do is making sure the good environment, training them to be more positive. It's your nature instinct. There must have something very different. Second is you need training. You should be trained through all the tough experience, but still positive. I found out some great leaders in the world. They are always positive. They never complain others. They never complain. And they look at the things in a different view, like normal people. Rating. And as a CEO, one of the jobs where everybody's happy, you have to see the unhappy things. When everybody's unhappy, you have to see the happy things. So leadership is nature, but you have to have train and learn. I encouraging all the young people, entrepreneurs, to learn from the mistakes. Do not study successful stories. But if you learn from the mistakes, if you learn, especially the failure case studies, it's going to help you. What I will say is not about you. You learn from mistakes does not mean you will avoid mistakes. You will learn the attitude towards these mistakes and never give up, fighting again. Of course, it's very, very painful when you are rejected, when you're refused. I went all around looking for money. Nobody give us the money. I all go around looking for partnerships. Nobody believe small business and e-commerce in China will work. I was very painful that day, and when I saw one movie, Forrest Gump. I love that movie, especially the sentence that Mom said, life like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. So stay full. Stay foolish to your dream and continue to fight. So this is what we did as an entrepreneur. We never complain. When people complain, the opportunity comes. So if you can solve the complaints, that is your opportunity. So if you fight only for next quarter, how can you survive in such a turbulent times? You have to believe the future. You have to continue to the future. You have to stay focused. As I said to myself early days, if there are 9 rabbits on the ground, if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. Stick to one rabbit. If you have the dream, stick to the dream.
That is what I believe. So this is what I want to say is that Alibaba started 18 years ago. We never changed our dream. We believe e-commerce. We believe internet. We believe by helping young people, helping small business, and helping empower women, we will have the future. The difference between last century and this century, the difference between IT and DT is IT, empower yourself. DT, empower others. When you help others, you are helping yourselves. This is what we believe. 18 years ago, 18 people in my apartment. When we had this dream, when we started, everybody say, you guys are crazy. How can you do e-commerce? No infrastructure, no credit system, no logistics, no this, no that. How could you do internet? We say, if there's no logistics, let's build it. If there's no credit system, let's build it. That is why they need entrepreneurs. I remember when we launched the Taobao, it was funny. When we launched Taobao, we thought we're going to have a big business in about 1 month. But for the first 5 days, nobody come here even shopping. So the 7 colleague employees in my apartment, we have to buy ourselves. He sell, we buy. And the first month when somebody came to sell, no matter whatever he sell, we buy them. That would tell the sellers, wow, this thing really can be able to sell. So more people come sell. So we bought a whole house of things, garbage, they're no use. But at least we build up the trust. When you start to sell, we start to learn, and we learn the experience of selling, we learn experience of the servicing. Today, from nobody, from nothing, we have got from 18 people to 50,000 people. From nobody come to sell and buy, we got 500 million, more than 500 million users. And every day, 200 million people come to sell and buy on the Alibaba site, on the Tmall and Taobao. We sell things not by months. We sell things not by day. We sell things by seconds. Most people, seeing is believing. But real entrepreneurs and leaders, we believe, then we see. We believe the future, then we will see the future. So if you believe that you can do it, you should continue to do it and wait and fight for at least 80 years, if not 18 years. All the young people here, think globally, think big. Right? You only in the past, you only do things if you do things in your only small county, you're a small tiny business. Small business can leverage the internet technology, leverage the market, go across the board. Think big and think out of the boundary. This is the Prime Minister. I absolutely agree with that. So it's never too late. Never too late to learn to that. Be confident as an entrepreneur and a small business. Have a dream, stick your dream, and be full to your dreams, and believe the future. And hire as many young people as possible because they are never scared.